Hi and good morning and welcome to the Pure Energy Healing Academy, guys. We're a lovely day. Thanks for all your messages regarding the love video. It was a very interesting observation of my life and how I feel about love at this moment. Just to clarify something, everybody's path and everybody's journey is very individual, and we should respect each and everybody's path. Some people were a bit upset and they had to stop the video because they felt a little bit let down by my observations. Look guys, if we feel let down about what somebody says about our journey or their journey, and it touches something very deep and we feel upset and sad about it, we really need to look at ourselves and ask the question why we have to feel that way. At the end of the day, if you truly believe in something and you know it's right and you know it's real, then why would you ever feel the need to feel bad or react bad? If you know something's beautiful, if you know something's right in your life, you don't react to anybody who talks nonsense if you hear it. And if my words were nonsense, you would just think, it's fine, I'm not reacting, it doesn't make any difference, you know, it is that person's belief system. You've got to understand, just hang on. Okay, sorry, I didn't shut all the windows this morning and they're doing some work downstairs. So, what we've got to understand is that today, how I feel is my truth, okay? And tomorrow, my truth may be completely different, depending on what experiences I've had. Does that make any sense? So how you feel about love now probably was completely different of how you felt it maybe 20 years ago. I could be wrong. You may be standing strong and say, no, this is my principles and that's that. Which is absolutely beautiful, absolutely fine. My principles for 20 years was to be loyal, truthful, trustworthy, and just get on with life and make the best of it. So now my separation came, now I wanted to experience something new. And I felt that the experience of 20 years of being that way, I just felt, why not try something slightly different instead of rushing out, looking for that one person to live the rest of my life with, and maybe just simply flow and see what happens. I'm not saying I'm not going to find true love and commit myself and live happily ever after. That's not what I meant by the video. What I meant by that video was there are times in each individual's life that we have to experience different forms of love, different forms of, you know, challenges, tests, all of these things. We have to experience them to understand them. How on earth can you say to somebody that's a load of nonsense if you haven't experienced it? Because that's just a judgment or an opinion. What true path and what true wisdom is when somebody actually has experienced it and said, look, I've experienced this, and this is my belief system now. This is what I believe is true, okay? But that doesn't mean it's true. It doesn't mean it's right. It doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just an experience. So when you get upset with people who post something that you think is ridiculous, you're going to ask yourself one question. Your belief system, do you really believe? Because if you did, why would you even want to say something negative or shut the video off straight away because, oh, possibly you're worried or there's a fear in there or you're angry about it? Why is that? These are the questions that I believe is a spiritual path. These are the things that we have to open up to. These are the things that are so relevant in your journey every day, because once you conquer Mark Bayersky saying something and, oh my God, he says something I don't believe in anymore. I have to run away now and find somebody else who to believe in 100%, or should I say, who I believe or I want to find who says everything that I believe in. That's not what life's about. That's not what the journey's about. The journey's about experiencing different feelings to be able to say, okay, I felt that, I've experienced that, then you move forward, but not with anger, not with fighting. You know, family members anybody who attacks you personally, that's a different thing. That's completely different, okay? So if somebody's pointing a finger at you saying, you, Mr. Individual Person, you there, if you do this, that's wrong. Now that, you see, is totally different. Okay, that's becoming personal. But when somebody gives a message on social media, listen. Just listen. And then make your observations, make your mind up, make your judgment, whatever you want to do, and then let it go, but don't let it affect you. So all my videos, if there's one that, you know, oh, Mark doesn't agree with what I think, he hasn't the same opinion as me, does that make me a bad person? Seriously. You know, I know so many people out there in the world of spirituality, the awakening. David Icke is one of them. You know, because he talks about reptilians, everything else is nonsense. That's how people judge him, because of one thing that they think is beyond any acceptance or understanding, therefore everything else is nonsense. And you see, what we miss along the way is that if we just step into that energy and say, okay, this is interesting, okay, it's interesting, that's a good word. Use interesting instead of anything else. That's interesting. Let me have a look. And then when you step into somebody like David Icke's energy and you start doing some studying 10, 20, 50 hours, you know, 2 or 3 days, boy, have you missed something that you prejudged and walked away from, because that man has so much information from people who are genuine, and people then just say, oh, I'm not interested in that man because he talks about this. Actually, no, he talks 1% about that and 99% of lots of factual evidence that is awakening mankind as we speak. So listen, guys, if you ever hear a video of mine and you don't feel happy with it, just say, well, that's interesting, and it's not how I feel at the moment, but you know what? That's his journey, that's his path. That's the way we should do it. Do you ever see me judging you? Ever, ever, never judge you. I say, that's interesting, that's their journey. And I respect them and love them and good luck to them. Because whatever makes you happy makes me happy. That, my friends, is the bigger, beautiful spiritual picture about loving each other and coming together. Because mankind deserves to be separate. Mankind deserves to walk a path on their own. Mankind deserves to be unique and individual. And by doing that and respecting that, we come together in harmony and love. Because that is ultimately what spirituality is. So today's beautiful topic, guys, is a very short one. And it's about crystals and why a crystal breaks in two. I have 150 stories to tell you about the crystals and why they break, but I'm going to share one particular one with you now, one story. I was sat down with 2 sisters in the village, and one of the sisters was very strong and powerful, and the other sister was very sensitive. And the one that was sensitive very rarely spoke when we sat down and had a coffee, but I often felt her pain and suffering. Her other sister was very powerful and strong, and at times not insensitive, but she didn't really, pay much attention to her sister because she was so busy on her life, which was fine, no problem at all. Her other sister needed to get through this and conquer it herself. The sister with the pain and the suffering, I took an angel out of my pocket, a beautiful little angel, and it was like an orange coloured angel, okay? And I'd been working on it for some time. Anyway, I took this angel out as we were about to leave, and I gave a hug to the very strong lady, and then I turned to the other lady who was slightly in a bad place, and as I gave her a hug, I held her hand out and placed a beautiful crystal angel in her hand. She looked at the angel, she squeezed it, and as she gave me a kiss and started to cry, she started to walk off, and then all of a sudden I heard a tsh. I turned round as I was walking, and the crystal had broken in two on the floor. The work had been done instantly. She looked at the crystal and she had 2 choices, because I said to her at that moment, now, you have 2 choices because that crystal has just worked its magic. The 2 choices are, you can feel very sad, very bad, or you can feel the joy of that crystal working its magic and then releasing from your hands, because that energy no longer needed to fix you anymore. So there was a spark of light in that crystal that is now helping you. And you can do something with those two crystals. She looked at me, she smiled, she bent down and picked the two pieces of crystal up, which were once one. And you know what she did? She handed one piece, which was the top piece, to her sister and said, "We have an angel and we share this angel together for the rest of our life." Well, I tell you, I started bloody crying, and they hugged each other, and the sister, that is very strong and powerful, burst into tears. I've never seen such a beautiful hug in my life. Sometimes, dear friends, these things happen for the better reason, for the right reasons. If I ever have a crystal that breaks, I smile and simply say, the work is done. And I put them into my oils like today. And they now serve a beautiful purpose for my pure energy healing oils, which are sent all over the world. So, depending on how you want to see life, is that what makes you either happy or sad? So if you believe a crystal that breaks on the floor is bad luck, then it's bad luck. If you believe a crystal has broken because you know that job has been done and it's now released itself from your hands, and whatever you decide to do with it, whether you bury it in the soil, whether you go down to a river and take these pieces and put one in the water, whether you walk up into the mountains and find a beautiful place and dig slightly and put that crystal there, so then it works its magic in Mother Nature, in the water or in the sea. The choice is up to you how you see life. That is what makes true spirituality and the power inside you grow. I see everything as a positive. Everything is as it should be. So, darling, beautiful angels, my beautiful friends, my beautiful, beautiful best friends in the world, make today, make this moment not just the best moment of your life. Make it so that everything that you see and do in life is amazing. See the good in everything. Do not react to anything that is difficult and hard for you. Simply smile and look for the bigger picture. See that the world is different from what and how you used to feel. Try and find the positive in everything that you do. Try and see why these things have happened, but see them in a positive way, like I do. So have a lovely day, guys. We're on day 2 of the Pure Energy Healing Academy course. We're all ready and set up now. Yesterday was phenomenal. They were amazing, and today they're going to be even more amazing, because today they're going to work on clients and themselves, and this is where the magic happens. I love you all. Thank you for subscribing to Matt Bayeski YouTube channel. Yay! And if you hated me on the Love channel, come back, say hello again. Hey guys, don't take anything personal. And if you don't, I tell you, your life changes instantly. Why? Because then you're just fully focused on your life and your journey.